Hey guys, Jackson Snapp here, trying this vlog thing out. Figured it'd be a good way for me to kind of give you guys a closer look to the day-to-day and, the projects that I'm working on and, just how I'm going about doing all this stuff. So, today I'm going to be recording some guitar for a collab that I'm working on and maybe dive into another project or two. So, yeah, let's see what we got. Alright, so that take was a little wonky, so I did a couple takes and then just kind of comped it where I, cut bits from a couple different takes and just put them together in a way so that everything kind of sounds smooth. I'll show you that, and one other thing I noticed when I was listening was that in the final climax section there's some cool hi-hats that the guys from Arian had bouncing back and forth, panning left and right, and they kind of drop out like halfway through, and I feel like that should kind of keep going, so I'm going to tweak that, and I think this track will be just about done, so let's take a look. Alright, so I got the project opened up here. You can see a couple of the guitar parts recorded here. So yeah, this was one take, and then you can see where I did the other take, and I kind of chopped some sections and then went back to the original and then back to the new take. So let's just see. So the other thing that I wanted to do was this little hi-hat section. It's going back and forth panning right here, and then it stops at bar 137 where I think it should keep going. So let's just have a listen real quick. Yeah, see, it should cut out up here at 145, so all I'm going to do is make sure the snap is set to something high up there, like beat, so we can get a precise cut. And then just do a little shift left click there, shift left click there, and shift left click here. And then I'm going to take this out and then just bring that over there. So pretty tiny change, but I think it'll make a big difference. Okay, yeah, so what I did was I can show you. I have the guitar plugged directly into my Universal Audio Apollo Twin, and then I have this guitar in channel that I made where it's just got some the EQ's not even doing anything actually. Guitar rig, giving it some distortion and everything, some effects, Echo Boy, and then Valhalla Room, so some delay and some reverb, and then Edison is used to record the input. And then once I record it, it'll show up in here, and then I can just hit this little send to playlist as audio clip, and it'll just send the audio file right into the project, and you can kind of move it into place. Okay, and then once I have those audio clips, I have channel 51 here that's just cleaning up the lower end and the top end on the EQ a little bit, and then a little bit of glue compression. Alright, so I'm just going to enable my master chain and bounce out another copy of this to send over to Arian, Jake, and Nick. They're based out of DC, two super cool dudes. We got 2 collabs in the works. So the other one is finished, and then this one, you know, we're just putting the final touches on. So, alright. Just export WAV file, and then we'll do Arian and Jackson Snapp ID 2. Alright. Cool. Alright, it's Saturday night, January 19th, and just getting into the studio for a little bit. I've been downloading some acapellas. I use Acapellas for you, that's the number 4, .co.uk. I'll put a link down in the description for that, but yeah, get acapellas from there, and then like remix competitions and stuff like that, you know, just grab the stems and stuff. So yeah, I grabbed about 13 acapellas here, and then what I'll do is I'll load up a program called Mixed in Key, and you just drag all the files in there, and it'll scan them and you know, figure out what key it's in, and then it'll label the track. So yeah, if you want to do like mashups, or you know, if you want to do like live sets and then throw like an acapella over a track and whatnot, you know what key it's in. Working on sort of a chill track today. Kind of like evil, heavy vibes going on. I'll give you a little sneak peek here. Anyways, yeah, I think I'm gonna call this one Into the Void. Maybe it'll go on like a, you know, like a little 4-track EP or something in the future. But the project has actually been sitting around since August of 2017, and I was just going through some old projects, and you know, it was nearly done, and figured I'd just, you know, knock out whatever little bit there was left to finish it off. Sometimes it's good to just, after months of not hearing something, to come back with fresh ears, and then, you know, you might just have an idea like right off the bat, you know, to finish it off. So other than that, I recently started publishing on medium.com. They have a lot of great writers, great articles on there, and you know, anybody can really kind of contribute, and you can pay, I think it's like $50 a year to have unlimited access to all their articles and everything, and you can even get paid as a contributor if so many people are like liking your stuff. Giving your articles claps is what the, you know, their platform uses. So I did a post on 10 steps to get on official Spotify playlists. So that's out there. I'll link to that guy, and then you know, from there's a link to my free Spotify course on building your followers from scratch. And the eventual plan is to have a full, all-out, like, kind of masterclass for Spotify for artists, so that, you know, they can set up their profile and, you know, get all the links in there and their pictures, and figure out, you know, getting organized for like playlisting strategies to get on some of these big playlists, create their own playlists and get followers on those, and just pretty much anything you can possibly think of with Spotify. I spent some of my own money taking some other courses and whatnot, and then just gathering all this information together, stuff that I've learned over the years, and put it into like a video course. So that should be launching pretty soon. There should be a big announcement on the socials and all that stuff. So, but yeah, I got a couple of collabs in the works. You saw the Arian track, and then there's the other Arian collab with my friend Orbit, ORBT. It's sort of it's got like a psytrance kind of vibe to it, like machine gun bass line, and then this beautiful break section that I had worked on, these like super saw chords and stuff, and then he added some piano to it, and just trying to wrap that guy up. And I have a vocal that I'm really excited to work with. I grabbed it through a company called vocal.kitchen, and it wasn't cheap, but it's a great vocal, and I'm really excited to see what comes of that, and hoping for some big things for that track. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, just a lot going on, a lot in the pipeline. Yeah.